Hey there everybody, it's Rick Utzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Today we are back at the bench with our FX Impact and 35 cal. This is the Mark III, I'm guessing it's the Mark III. Yes, the Mark III, excuse me. I went brain dead for a minute. And last time we were out, we were playing with just the hammer adjuster and we didn't get any real, it just kind of was a non-issue. Well, as many of you guys said, there were so many other things I needed to do before that would actually be useful. And so I got on the phone today with FT Airguns. And guys, guess what? This video is brought to you by FT Airguns. So if you're interested in like the impact or the things we're doing here, want to know how to get the most out of your gun, especially, buy it from them. They'll help you out, you know what I'm saying? But check them out, it's ftairguns.com. I spent so much time with Manny today, and he went extremely patiently, thank you, Manny, through every single adjustment, not only just telling me this does that, but also then was able to articulate very simply to me the impact of each adjustment. Now, I've been tuning guns and working on air guns for a long time, all the way back, balancing the original Marauder and all that stuff. So I get the concept, but this is taking things to like another level. We have two regulators. We have a large plenum. We have what they call a flow regulator, which I would say, I guess, dwell or something like that. How much, how much air volume, and we'll get to that in a minute, as well as a macro and micro hammer spring adjustment. So you've got two regs, flow regulator here, or flow rate, flow volume, whatever, as well as, the hammer spring stuff. So what I wanted to do is get this where it was really at sort of optimal high power. So the way this was set up when I got it was really for shot count. I believe they were using this gun, and I might be wrong, forgive me guys, but I believe they were using this gun as like a demo gun, and you don't want to have to be getting air all the time. And it was plenty accurate. We were hitting at 100 yards, no problem, but we were also getting 2 to 3 mags out of it, which is great. I mean, if you're not having to go hunt air and you're getting like 3 mags out of this thing, in 35 cal, that's a winner, right? Especially if you're just, again, doing demo and promo stuff. But I want to hunt with it, so I needed more power, and so it came to me with like 140/50 on the first reg and 145 on the second. So the last video, when it was taking so long to recharge, it's because the regs were pretty much the same pressure, and one of you guys on the channel mentioned that. So when we started talking about optimal, they said, all right, this is what you got to do. We're going to max the hammer spring out first thing, and so that we know we're hitting the valve as hard as practical. Then we're going to set your first reg to about 190 to 200, and then your second reg we're going to set to about 150, and that is pretty much right as much as you're going to get out. Now, can you push it further? You absolutely can get a little more out of it, but we're talking diminishing returns really. I mean, we're talking about not really utilizing the platform efficiently, but this is a good balance between max power and efficiency. So we did all that. Now, the first thing we did was work with the hammer spring. Now, there are two adjustments here, as you guys can see. There's a little hammer wheel, and then there's the big adjustment. The first thing you always do is you never adjust this stuff with the gun cocked. So either decock it or shoot it. Either way, you never mess with this here with the gun cocked. It'll mess things up. So we set the big wheel on 16, which is high power, and then we cranked this little wheel up to about 5, and the gun wouldn't cock. He said, that's normal, no big deal. What we're going to do is slowly decrease that value until the gun cocks comfortably. We don't want it to just barely hang on the sear. We want it to comfortably sit on the sear, and that's what we did. So we set this to 16, and this is set to like 4.3, 4.4, right? So I can take it a little bit more, but again, diminishing returns, and this I feel is a safe, happy medium. The next thing we did was work on the reg. Now, I didn't know this because I could have read the manual, and I perused it, but missed this part. The bottle actually just comes off, which is really cool. And I asked them specifically, do you have extra bottles? Can you fill the bottles off the gun? All of the questions, which are all the answers, were yes and yes. So I'm thinking I could have 2 or 3 of these. They're all topped off, backpack, hunting trip. Yeah, I don't even need to take any other air with me. That's awesome. In here is a Allen key, and it's like 2.5 mil, and that's how you adjust the reg. Now, counterclockwise turns it up, clockwise turns it down. So it took me a little bit because it was like a little goes a long way in a particular range. So I was on and off with the bottle probably for 5 or 10 minutes just to get it where I wanted, but we did. And we were able to set the reg, and you don't know your pressure till you put the bottle back on. But once we set that reg to about 190, 195-ish, that's where we wanted it. So get this back on here. Okay, now we're back. Awesome. Yeah, and we're sitting. Oh, I gotta actually fire it. It'll reset the reg. Hold on. Okay, and we are at about 190. Is about really where we wanted it. Okay, now that first reg dumps into the plenum, and then that plenum reg is back here, and that right now is set to right at 150. And the way you're going to adjust that is you actually turn the gun like this. You hold the trigger down, and then use your 2.5 mil. There's a little Allen screw in there, and again, you back it out, and you can actually watch. It's kind of cool. So much like the Avenger, you can add more pressure safely. If you need to decrease the pressure, you need to degas the gun or take your bottle off, get all the air out, and then adjust it. Do not adjust to try and go lower on the reg. With the gun pressurized, you'll damage your gun. All right, so you push this down, you get right in there with your Allen key, and then you can actually very minutely turn it and watch the pressure come up. It's very cool. So once that was dialed into 150, the last thing was this flow regulator. And I don't know what that's what they call it, so I'm using that nomenclature. And what we did is we backed all this out. That's going to allow the most amount of flow volume to make its way to do whatever we're doing, right? Okay, so what we do is we back it. If there have 4 lines on mine, and Manny said, like, imagine there's a 5th line, take it to that line, and we'll start there. So when you put it down, now you need a chronograph. So you shoot over the chrony, and you're going to be at a particular power level or a particular velocity. You start dialing that in. So you're screwing it in clockwise from looking at it this way, screwing it in clockwise. And when you start seeing your velocity drop, stop, because you've sort of hit where you're getting the most efficiency, but you're not wasting any air. So if it's all the way out and you're like, say at 930, which is where we were topping out, about 930, 935, and I could rotate it a couple times and it never changed. So anything past that 930 is just wasted air. I'm not gaining anything, which why waste air, right? So by turning it in, once it dropped and I found that spot, I shot a couple times and went back to the 930, and that's where it sits. So we're doing between 920 and 930 now, which is, we were at 90 foot-pounds, and now we're 150 plus foot-pounds. So that has me extremely excited. So that's the first part of the video, kind of talking about all these settings. And now that I am at like max power, at least, I know we can probably get more out of it by kind of pushing it further. When I say max power, I mean maximum efficient power. Does that make sense? I hope so. But now that I'm there, if I want to shoot pellets and say optimal on the pellets is 840, now I can actually turn it down and get my pellets where I want them. Or if I have a slug or I have something else I'm trying to shoot, I have the range that I can actually bring that power down or put it back up, where I have some headroom to actually do some pretty cool, like in the field adjustments. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead. I got to replace the batteries here in my Chrony, and I don't know if you guys go check out my other video, and you guys can see the velocities. We were, sevens, mid sevens, I guess. And yeah, we're going to be in the low 9s, so 920, 930 is where this is living now. And we're going to take some shots at some steel targets at 100 yards. It's windy as all get out today, so no paper today, but we're going to try and shoot some steel and have some fun with it. And yeah, then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. But I have to give a lot of kudos to the guys over at FT Airguns for walking me through, again, not just saying, oh, turn this to 3 and then hang up on me, but actually staying with me through the whole process of understanding what each of these does, so that now I'm far better educated on the capabilities of what this rifle can do. So the next time I go and I want to do something with it, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm not just rotating a knob for the heck of it. So So many cool adjustments on this gun. I can see why it's just so unbelievably popular. And once we kind of get this all dialed in nicey nice with pellets, we're going to try some slugs. And then we're also, we're probably going to do some other mods that I was talking to Manny about today, but we're going to save that for a video. I'm hoping he can come out and we can actually do some videos together. So that's all how that's going to work out. But for now, I'm going to go start that camera. I'm going to go get my battery swapped in my Chrono, and we're going to shoot, we'll shoot some targets at 100 yards. Be right back. All right, guys. So here we are at the bench. I've got my FX Chrono going here. If you guys want to see sort of what we were doing last time. By the way, I absolutely love that we can have like this data, historical data, right on my phone. It's very cool. So last time we had a high of 731, spread was about 12, average was 725. Let's see, the energy was about 90 to 91 foot-pounds, give or take. So what we've got now, and we will switch back over here, we're going to have more of that, more than that, I should say. We've come up about 200 FPS. So between 910 and 930-ish is where she's living. We'll see how she does. We just filled up. Our regs are set great. We're at 190 on this reg, and we are at 150 on this one. We've got our hammer spring maxed out to the efficient level. We've got our flow set to the max efficient level. So right now, we need to go ahead and load our magazine and see what we can do. We are going to be shooting at 100 yards today. So I've got the camera down there rolling and we're just shooting steel. We've got wind coming from about 530, 5 to 530. So back this way, blowing pretty good clip forward and right to left. So our shots, they've been kind of swirling a little bit. So I'm aiming dead center. First time out with this, with the other setting, I was having to really hold over for 100 yards. Now, she is dead on at 100. So yeah, no holdover needed. She is right on the money at 100 yards, which is great. That's what you want out of this gun, right? Out of this gun, you want wind to not be a problem, and you want to be able to take things efficiently and quickly at long range, right? Which I think exactly what this thing brings to the table. All right, enough bantering, enough yammering. Let's take our first shot. Okay, I found that I need to pay attention to what I'm doing and not get carried away with just shooting fast. Here we go.
907.
First shot, last test was 9.7.
916. 912. 916. 919. 919. 921. 926.
Ooh, wind is picking up.
921. 923. 921. 919. 914. 919. 919. 919. 919.
Last bullet.
916.
All right.
Magazine empty.
There you go. That is awesome. Now, we're pushing these pellets a little hard, and I can tell some are flying like really well. I mean, some are flying like super straight, legit, and then some are giving me the swirl. But we put 18 shots in the wind at 100 yards, and it's not like I was lollygagging between shots. If you noticed, I didn't wait for this to refill like I did last time, because I didn't need to. The difference in the reg pressure, like this is an instant. One of the things I wanted to show by shooting so quickly is actually, I mean, consistency, spread was 19 feet per second, standard deviation 4.3, our high was 926. So nearly, as far as high to high, nearly 200 feet per second improvement. And all of our shots except a couple, the 907 and 912 were 48 and 49, almost, 148, 149 and some change foot-pounds. Everything else was over 150. So it was 151 to 153 foot-pounds. So we were at like 90-ish, and now we're at 150. That, to me, is like big success. Now, if I'm going to shoot pellets, I'm going to dial that down a little bit. It's a little too hot. It's pushing a little too hard, which may be probably our next video. Is now that we've got the power and we've got the headroom, let's actually start dialing it down to see at what point do we see our group shrink. And I'm thinking we'll start at 50 next time, but if we need to shoot 75, we'll do that. If we need to shoot 100, we'll do that. But in any case, I'm super pumped to see where we are now with this gun, now that I understand what all the bells and whistles and dials do. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what this platform unlocks as we go forward. Guys, that's going to be it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you like it, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. That really helps us out. And remember, go check out FT Airguns. They're helping us do this. And if it wasn't for Manny being incredibly patient with me on the phone today, we'd probably be another 2 videos out from having these kind of results. So super thank you to FT Airguns. Thank you to Manny, Esteban, all you guys to help make this happen. Really, really appreciate it. All right, that's it. My name's Rick Utzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews, and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks for watching.